Hello, and welcome to another episode of oh wow, I almost called it the wrong show.
Yeah, this is Love and Stuff.
Yes, welcome to another edition of Love and Stuff
The show where we talk about love.
and Stuff.
Yeah.
And it is a podcast for the people.
By the
The
people.
Rock was
of
the
the
people's.
people.
The Rock was the people's champ.
Yeah.
We are the people's podcast.
Yeah.
How about that?
I like that.
Right? So while you're sitting there with your candy ass, wondering what question you should write, you should think about what The Rock says.
Yeah. Can you smell what I'm cooking?
Right. So we got a question here. Do you want to read it?
Yeah, I'm going to read it.
Wait. Should we talk about our sponsors first?
Oh, yeah, let's get into our sponsors. It would be really rude of us not to mention our sponsors, especially because they're sponsoring us. Yeah. So our first sponsor is the Tourism and Commerce Board of Croatia.
Crazy Croatians.
They want to say, what's up?
That's it?
That's it.
That's all they got.
Yeah. I think they're taking a minimalist approach to advertising this week.
Right.
Just
Well, I mean,
what's up?
there's so much stuff that we have from Croatia already about, well, you know, seemingly what a great place it is.
It's a lovely and very old country.
Right. And if you remember, the president of Croatia wants you to move there.
Yes, she does.
So if you are of the variety of people that don't want to live in America, you don't like him, Croatia.
Yeah. And the president will thank you.
Yes. Also, we were sponsored by Dave's Loop.
Dave's Lube.
All right. So we got a question written in on our YouTube account. Like always, you could always write us a question in the comments of our YouTube page, or you could email us at ShayneandI@gmail.com. You could get a hold of us on the Twitter. You could get a hold of us on the Instagram.
Maybe some kind of SoundCloud thing.
Maybe some kind of, yes, SoundCloud as well. Hell, if you want to do smoke signals, you can do smoke signals.
Yeah, we're not going to read them, but you
Yeah.
can do them.
Yeah. So, you know, send us a question.
Yeah.
So we got a question. It was actually on our YouTube comments in one of our other episodes. Max, go ahead and read that question. Please.
Yeah, I'm just going to read this. And this is from, let's see, Colonel Frostington. And Colonel Frostington asks, the people at work...
Is that a real name? Come on.
Why not?
Like, would somebody name their kid Colonel Frostington?
I assume Colonel is their rank. They're in the military. And Frostington is their last name.
What
They are
military
Colonel
are they in? The
Frostington.
Dairy Queen military?
No, hey man, don't get all judgy on people's last names. My
I'm
last
getting
name. Listen, man, people.
Call me Judgy McJudge. Yeah, you know.
My last name is Savage, and people
Right.
have always been making jokes. Max, you're a savage. And I'm like, oh, good joke, guy. Yeah, that's really creative.
But your last name hasn't been Savage your whole life.
You know, let's not get into that. my first last name was even worse.
Yes.
People would make fun of that all day long.
Yes.
So, you know, maybe Mr. Frostington, you can change last names too, if you feel like it.
All right. It sounds like a fast food restaurant, to be honest with you. Sounds like it would be a good
Frostingtons?
Colonel Frostington.
Ooh, Colonel Frostington. I
It
would
sounds
eat
like
there.
it would be like it sounds like it would be like an East Coast kind of fast food chain, you know.
Yeah, and they do like milkshakes and
Yeah,
soft
and
serves
super burgers.
super burgers
And corn dogs.
corn dogs,
with their cotton candy.
Yeah, and
walking along the
fries
pier
and
on the Jersey Shore
all that. Yeah,
in the summertime.
sounds like fun.
Yeah, I've never been to New Jersey, but I hear the Jersey Shore is pretty cool.
Nice. Well, hey, now that we've made fun of the Colonel,
They're probably like, what assholes? I'm never gonna ask them a question again.
yeah. But this question from Colonel Frostington.
All right.
The people, he writes, or she writes, I don't know. They're women in the
They
military
write.
too.
Maybe
They
it's
write. That's the best pronoun.
Maybe they're transgender.
They write.
Maybe he's a transgender.
You know, I'm good with all of everything.
I am too.
I'm a very accepting person.
Right.
Yeah.
We include everybody.
So Colonel Frostington writes, the people at work always give the ladies a hard time if they have one, but one time a male coworker came in with a hickey,
Okay.
and everyone thought it was great. They spent all day talking about this guy and his girlfriend. Is this fair? How do you feel about hickeys? Who do you think about when you see hickeys? The giver or the receiver, I assume, of the hickey.
Of the
like,
hickey.
like, are you a giver or receiver?
You know, that kind of goes into like a double standard right there.
It does. This is a classic double standard question.
Right. Because it's like, okay. It's okay for us as dudes to walk around talking about, having
makeout
sessions, maybe having no strings attached, maybe having a little no strings attached fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
With all sorts of neck sucking.
Yeah,
and everything.
with all sorts of that. But when a woman does it, and a woman is completely honest about it, which I actually respect.
Yeah. But people are like,
but people consider her like to be slutty,
a floozy,
yeah,
a
harlot,
I just
said a slut.
Yeah, but I'm using other terms.
Right.
I like to get creative with my terminology. It's not creative. These are known words.
Right.
But I like to be whatever.
Right. It's because we're still stuck in that society where it's okay for a man to do it, but it's not okay for a woman to do it.
Yeah, a woman does it, and they call her a slatter.
Yeah, a slacker. Wow, I just like the term slut.
Yeah, you could do that also.
Yeah. So, but it's not really fair, because if a woman's doing the same thing a guy does, having a little fun and being honest about it, I don't see the problem.
Yeah, that doesn't make her hussy.
Are we in the 1950s now?
Listen, man, I'm using my extensive vocabulary today. Is there something wrong with applying my extensive vocabulary to a spoken word audio format such as this? I think not.
Oh, I think not.
I think not.
Wow, you are using your vocabulary.
Yeah.
So what was the other part of the question? How the guys were all talking to him about it. I just got rid of the question for it.
So apparently a guy showed up to work
with a hickey,
and everybody was like, "Yo, good for you. You got a hickey."
Right.
But when ladies show up to work with hickeys, they're all like, "Oh no, she's a hussy."
A hussy.
Yeah.
A hussy.
A hussy.
I'm just gonna start saying that.
Yeah.
You're a hussy.
And I say no. I say poo poo to that.
I say double poo poo to that.
Yeah.
Because that's actually, like I said earlier, it's a double standard.
That is a double standard.
Right. Right. Especially if also, here's the other thing. I don't think people should be getting hickeys. Just me, personally.
I think it's a matter of personal choice.
I don't like them.
I am with you on that. I personally don't like hickeys. I'm not a giver. That was the final part of the question. Do you give or receive hickeys?
I'm not a giver or receiver.
I'm not a giver or receiver of hickeys.
I have personal boundaries when it comes to the hickeys.
I should say I'm not a willing receiver of hickeys.
Right.
I have been
a willing receiver.
I have been hickied on the sly in the past.
Right. See, I don't mind it. Like if it's in places where people cannot see, I don't mind like a hickey on the chest or something like that. You know what I mean? Like I do mind a hickey on the neck because believe it or not, dudes get a hard time for having hickeys on their neck.
They do.
Right.
Guys get a hard time for hickeys just as well. I don't know if it's just as much as ladies. It's a different kind of hard time.
Guys will be like, "What are you in 5th grade?"
Yeah, they're like, "Oh, you're making out with a girl. You're a fag."
I don't think it's like that.
I've heard that before.
I don't think it's like that. I do think it's more like, oh, you got a hickey. What are you in 3rd grade? I used to do that in 3rd grade.
Yeah. Oh, hey.
Back in 3rd grade when I slept with like 100 women.
Yeah. Oh, hey. Ring, ring. Oh, middle school called that they want their hickey back.
Oh, it's a good one.
Thank you.
I like that one.
Thank you very much.
Right. So it's guys get a hard time around that area, too.
Yes, but nobody calls a man a slatter.
A slatter?
A slatter.
What the hell is a slatter?
It's an old-timey word for a...
I think you just made it up.
No, it's an old-timey word for a woman of the night.
You mean a hooker?
Yes.
Why don't you just call it a hooker?
Because I'm applying my extensive vocabulary to this spoken word audio format.
Stupid.
Or maybe it makes me sound smart.
No, it doesn't, because you're not using them in the right term. You're like that guy that looks up words in the dictionary and like, oh, I'm going to use that word today, like banal. You look up the word banal in the dictionary and you're like, oh, it means boring. passe, whatever. And you go around instead of saying, "Wow, it's kind of boring around here." You're like, "Oh, I feel kind of banal right now." Oh, that's kind of banal.
Well,
you're like that guy.
No, I'm not that guy. Because first off, I didn't come into this being like, I'm gonna find an excuse to use all of these old-timey words that I know.
Who knows? I can't read your mind.
What happened was I thought I found this little theme we have going of women being thought of in a certain negative way, and I realized there are many different words I could apply to this.
So you did think of how you could apply it.
But I didn't have this and then be like, ooh, let's try to think of a way to apply it. I found a way to
okay. Can we get
apply
back
it,
to,
and then I was like, ooh,
can we get back to this?
Have this.
Can we get back to this?
Yeah, we got a little off topic.
Yeah, that's why it's called Love and Stuff.
Yeah, this is the and stuff. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen.
So I'm assuming that this guy came in, and when the guys were talking about it at your work, I don't think they were congratulating him. I would assume it would rather go something like, what are you in 4th grade? Why do you got a hickey?
Yeah, or maybe they were congratulating him, but it was in like that sarcastic way, like,
right.
Oh, good for you,
right.
Mr. Hickey.
Right.
Ooh, right. Nice hickey.
Right. Or maybe it was a dude that hadn't gotten some in a long time,
and they gave him pity kudos.
And they were like, dude, finally, that guy was stressed out.
Yeah, now I got a hickey.
Now he got a hickey. You should be cool for a little while.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe he'll talk about how desperate he is.
Yeah.
Because there's always that guy. Somebody's calling you.
So what? No, it's not me. It's the neighbors.
Okay. Maybe they're calling to complain.
Well, that doesn't matter.
Okay. And then do you think it's fair? Do you think it's fair that there's a double standard?
And we've gotten into this, but no, it's not fair.
It's not fair.
It's the new millennium, people.
Right, you could have a goat as a girlfriend in the new millennium.
There shouldn't. Well, I don't know about that, but there shouldn't be any double standard.
I mean, you keep throwing that around.
Listen, yeah.
Like if somebody wants to go out and have a goat as a girlfriend and can't use the new millennium term, well then what's the point?
Listen, man, people.
You're breaking somebody's happiness out there, man.
People have been romantically attached to animals as long as there's been people.
Right.
This is just a fact. For example, chlamydia comes from sheep.
Right, but I'm not talking about sheep. I'm talking about goats.
Well, I'm sure goats gave us something too. Maybe that's where gonorrhea came from.
Maybe that's where the VD came from.
Yeah, but people having sex with animals and they got a little animal infection in their willy, and then they were lucky enough. Somebody was like, "Oh, you're having sex with animals? Well, I'm a human and I'll have sex with you too." It happens from time to time,
right.
I suppose.
There's probably an ad on Craigslist about that stuff.
Yeah.
There's always some kind of weird ad on Craigslist.
Yeah. Hey, do you have sex with animals? I want to have sex with you.
Maybe me, you, and the animal could have a threesome.
Yeah. Maybe I just want to...
That'd just be weird.
Maybe I just want to convert you to being a human lover.
Maybe I just want to watch you with the animal.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Well, different strokes.
Yes. It's the new millennium.
It's the new millennium. But I'm not in favor of having sex with animals for the sole reason that an animal cannot give informed consent.
Right. Which is not cool.
That's not cool.
No.
Yeah.
So, again, we're getting off topic.
That doesn't matter.
We seem to be going into stuff.
Lots of stuff.
Lots of stuff. It is called Love and Stuff.
It is called Love and Stuff.
We don't talk about stuff that often. So yeah, everybody thought it was great. They spent all day talking about this guy and his girlfriend. So they talked about the guy and the girlfriend.
Yeah.
So maybe they were just happy they both finally got some.
Yeah. They're happy the girlfriend was given hickeys.
Yeah. Maybe they're happy the guy was maybe they're happy the guy was given hickeys.
Maybe the guy was given hickeys too, yeah.
Yeah. All willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Hickeys.
Hickeys.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's a funny word.
Hickey?
Yeah.
Well, it's a funny thing.
Yes, it is.
Also,
you know what could have happened? Here's what could have happened too, is both these people I just thought of this too. God damn, I'm a genius sometimes. Both of these people could be really desperate people in their walks of life, separate walks of life, and could have done the old vacuum cleaner trick. What is the old vacuum cleaner trick? Well, I'm glad you asked. You take the vacuum cleaner, you put the suction cup on your neck, and you know what happens? It looks like you got a goddamn hickey.
Except it's perfectly round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except to the naked eye, when somebody just flashes right by you, they're like, oh, you got a hickey.
Right, you can't examine it.
Right.
Like, hey, the person's got a hickey.
Right.
That's weird.
So in another weird way is these people could have just done it for attention.
Yeah. Or maybe it was a horrible vacuum cleaner accident.
Maybe it was a horrible vacuum cleaner accident.
Accidents happen.
They do happen.
Yeah.
But that could have happened.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, people are weird.
And this was an accident, I promise, but I got my wiener stuck in a vacuum cleaner. And it was an accident.
How was that an accident?
It was an accident.
You don't accidentally stick your wiener in a vacuum cleaner.
Well, you know, it happened on accident, I promise. And
I don't think it was
stuck
an accident.
in there.
I think you're lying.
Well, you know, I think it was an accident.
Maybe that's through all the years, that's what you keep telling yourself it was an accident.
Well, that's what I keep telling other people.
Right, but it wasn't an accident.
Oh, let's just say it was
because somebody probably said somewhere, you know, you could have some, you know what you could do with a vacuum cleaner, Max, and your ears probably perked up, and you were like, oh, really?
You know, it gives a whole new definition to sucking the willy.
Yeah, I bet it does. Anyway,
also,
have we covered this?
Not that I thought going into this accident that it would have been pleasant, but not as pleasant as one might think.
Right. I don't see. Here's the thing: is like there's always these fables that if you stick your dick in weird places, that sometimes it feels good. Mm-hmm. Like people throughout time have tried this, right? I've never bought into it.
Have you heard of grapefruiting?
I've heard of all that stuff, but I've never bought into it. The banana peel thing, all that stuff.
Here's one to try. Maybe you shouldn't try it. This could be dangerous. But rays, close relatives of the shark, these aquatic animals.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do that.
They have these weird sucky mouths.
Right.
And there are some places you can go where if you have a little bit of food in your hand, the ray will come up and suck it right out of your hand.
Right.
And maybe if you just smeared a little.
Are you just making that up?
No, it's true. I've been there. And maybe if you like smeared a little.
But have you ever heard of somebody putting it down in that? Down in the area?
This is what I'm getting at. I've never heard at it, but it occurred to me. Maybe if you smeared a little peanut butter on yourself.
It's just dangerous.
Well, you know. But
if you're gonna smear peanut butter on yourself, just have your dog come over and lick it off, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but we've been into this, and dogs have teeth.
That's true.
And rays, though they are close relatives of the shark, I don't know if they have teeth or not.
All right,
that's why I don't recommend trying this. They might have
I think that's gonna wrap up our show.
Is that gonna wrap up our show?
Yeah, that's gonna. I think because we got way off track, but I think we covered this.
Yeah.
I think we answered the question.
Yeah, double standards are bad. Hickeys are weird.
Yeah. It also comes back to like, do people still give hickeys?
Do people still give? No, I'm sure like in middle school people give hickeys.
Right, but if you're like in a work environment.
Well, I'm sure people aren't giving hickeys in the office. We
answered that already, but if I'm having a hot office romance, I don't think I'm going to broadcast it to people unless.
No, absolutely not.
So.
We've talked about this in other episodes, but you don't want to dip your pen in the company inkwell.
Yeah, or I already have. So if you need to listen to that, go back to the last episode, I think. And
maybe the one before that.
Maybe the one before that. Maybe just go back and listen to all of them.
Listen to all of them.
Because we're entertaining.
Yeah, and while you're at it, feel free to drop a rating.
Right. Give us a little comment on the and follow us on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
We're coming soon on iTunes. And we'd like to thank our sponsors.
Yeah, the Tourism and Commerce Board of Croatia.
Which says, what's up?
Yeah, and Dave's Lube.
Dave's Lube. And give us a like. If you're watching us on the YouTube, give us a comment. Maybe leave us a question like this person did.
Yeah. Hey, we have a Facebook page. Be our
friend. And you could write a question on our wall, Facebook wall. Or if you don't feel comfortable, you could drop us a what is it called? A DM in Instagram or on Twitter.
I don't know what that is.
It's direct message.
Okay.